How does a high-profile daytime talk show end up in a legal showdown with a First Lady? Well, that's exactly what's happening right now. Melania Trump has filed a massive $100 million defamation lawsuit against The View. And the legal drama is sending shockwaves through TV networks, social media, and political circles. Sunny Hostin, one of the show's most outspoken co-hosts, is directly in the crosshairs. Could this unprecedented move mark the downfall of her career and even change the way talk shows handle controversial topics? Stick with us, because we're diving deep into every twist, bold claim, and potential consequence of this explosive saga. This isn't just about a single conversation gone wrong. It's a flashpoint that could set a new standard for how far TV personalities can go when talking about public figures. Whether you're intrigued by the First Lady's private life, a fan of daytime drama, or fascinated by high-stakes legal battles, this story has it all. Tensions between Melania Trump and The View aren't exactly new. Since her time in the White House, Melania has been a frequent subject of on-air debates, some focused on her Rose Garden redesign, others on her rumored dislike for traditional holiday decor. You've probably heard the jokes, like the ones about her allegedly avoiding Christmas decorating or even hating the holiday altogether. These comments have struck a chord with The View's audience, but they've often rubbed Melania's supporters the wrong way.
Critics are going hard after a liberal media member for vile comments about Melania Trump. The former First Lady appears to signal her support for reproductive rights in a video out yesterday.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
And this take is pretty shocking.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out.
Wow. I mean, they've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's just...
Her marriage to Donald Trump also gets plenty of airtime. Does she stand by him through his endless controversies? Is she really happy with him? These questions have been the subject of endless speculation, and the co-hosts haven't hesitated to weigh in, offering some of the sharpest takes on Melania's personal life, discussing everything from her supposed desire to live separately from Donald to her true feelings about her public role.
Want to decorate for Christmas? She doesn't want anything to do with him.
about that.
She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she doesn't.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say allegedly.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore. She's destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas.
While some viewers may brush these conversations off as harmless chatter, others feel they cross a line, either invasive, disrespectful, or even downright mean-spirited. What was once just on-air banter has now escalated into a full-blown legal battle. Melania, who remained relatively silent during the Trump administration, is now speaking up. And if you've ever wondered how far a public figure can go in protecting their image, here's a real-time example. So, what was it about this latest round of commentary that pushed Melania to file a $100 million lawsuit? According to insiders, a recent episode of The View went far beyond typical jabs. The co-hosts delved into deeply personal territory, suggesting Melania not only despises her role as a public figure, but also holds deep resentment toward her own husband. One particularly jaw-dropping claim: that Melania actively avoids Donald Trump even under the same roof. The co-host joked that she doesn't want to sleep in the same room and might even be plotting to distance herself from him.
Now, you know who has been bragging all over the campaign trail about how he's the one that overturned Roe v. Wade. But apparently, his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir. Take a look.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
Though these claims may sound like tabloid gossip, on a platform as large and influential as The View, they hold real power to shape public perception. And that's the heart of Melania's defamation claim. These comments weren't just embarrassing, they were false and harmful enough to damage her reputation. The View is no stranger to controversial commentary, but whether the show crossed the line from lively opinion to defamatory assertion is a matter for the courts. What's particularly noteworthy is how quickly Melania moved to file this lawsuit. Most public figures might dismiss TV talk as gossip or release a statement to counter any claims. But Melania, she's going straight for the jugular with a $100 million price tag.
Allegedly, he was cheating while Melania was pregnant.
That's not going to come in front of the jury, though. The judge has ruled that won't come up.
We're on television now. And then after Melania gave birth to the baby, he found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yeah.
It's like people should look at him and say, what kind of an insecure jerk are you? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my wife's pregnant, I'm not attracted to her big belly or something, and now she's paying attention to the baby and not me.
Now, let's talk about the big question. Why so much money? Defamation suits typically involve hefty sums, but a 9-figure claim is massive by any standard. Some experts believe Melania's high price tag is meant to underscore the serious damage to her reputation, while others think it's a strategic move to keep the story in the headlines, ensuring it doesn't get buried. Either way, the stakes for The View, and especially for Sunny Hostin, are huge. In her lawsuit, Melania's legal team cites specific segments of the show where they believe the co-hosts crossed from discussing rumors to presenting false statements as facts.
Because I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate?
And she can.
And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View. And look, The View is not the litmus test of America. We don't think that.
They were afraid of that remark. That was their problem.
So why did they handle?
To win a defamation case, Melania's team will need to prove that these remarks weren't just wrong, but also harmful and made with malice or negligence. They argue that some of the comments, especially about her marriage and her supposed dislike for Christmas, were presented in a way that audiences could easily interpret as factual rather than speculative. Melania's relatively private nature means her legal team could highlight how these claims mislead the public about her character, potentially damaging her ability to engage in future ventures or tarnishing her personal brand. This isn't just about feeling slighted, it's about showing concrete harm to her public standing and prospects. This lawsuit comes at a particularly tense moment for The View. The show thrives on strong personalities who don't shy away from blunt, often polarizing opinions. But network executives may not be thrilled about eye-popping legal claims landing on their doorstep. Sunny Hostin, in particular, is under increased scrutiny. She's been one of the most vocal co-hosts about Melania, frequently bringing up rumors and criticizing the Trump marriage. If the lawsuit moves forward, Sunny could be called to provide evidence, clarify her statements, or even reveal her sources. And she might be subject to a deposition, a legal process where lawyers grill her under oath. For someone constantly in the public eye, being deposed can be damaging, even if she believes her commentary was fair. There's also the larger question of whether ABC, the network airing The View, will distance itself from the controversy. In high-profile defamation cases, the entity broadcasting the statements can sometimes be held liable as well. This could lead to internal shakeups, extra oversight on what co-hosts say, or even forced apologies. Sunny's role as a lawyer-turned-commentator adds an extra layer of complexity. She's expected to understand the legal boundaries of her speech, which only raises the stakes for her if the lawsuit drags on. Public opinion on this lawsuit is divided. Supporters of Melania applaud her for taking a stand, arguing that it's time someone pushed back against the excessive, unfounded speculation by TV personalities. They believe the lawsuit might force talk shows to be more responsible in their statements, especially when discussing private matters about people who prefer to stay out of the spotlight. On the flip side, critics see this as an attempt to muzzle free speech. They argue that shows like The View exist to spark debates and share strong opinions, and that should be protected, even if a public figure finds the remarks offensive. The core of this issue is where to draw the line between protected opinion and harmful defamation. If Melania wins, it could embolden other public figures to sue talk shows and news outlets whenever they feel negatively portrayed. Sunny's supporters, however, argue that the show's remarks fall under fair commentary. They claim she and her co-hosts were merely discussing rumors and that the tone was comedic or satirical. But in defamation law, just joking around isn't always a defense, especially when statements are presented as fact or are specific enough to be proven false. We're now witnessing a pivotal clash between two core American ideals: the right to free speech and the right to protect one's reputation. Legal experts are speculating on how this might play out. It's possible that the case could end in a settlement, where both sides quietly agree to financial terms or issue a public retraction to avoid a lengthy trial. That's often how high-stakes defamation cases are resolved, sparing both parties the reputational and financial costs of a courtroom battle. But what if this lawsuit drags on? If Melania pushes for a trial, the media circus could overshadow The View's regular content. Every new piece of evidence could turn into the next day's hot topic. If Melania wins and is awarded a substantial sum, maybe not $100 million, but something significant, it would send a clear message that public figures are willing to fight back when talk shows go too far. This could force a shift in how networks approach hot-button discussions about political and celebrity figures. We might see producers pushing for more fact-checking or even requiring hosts to use more disclaimers, like allegedly or in my opinion. On the other hand, if The View successfully defends itself, it might set a precedent that talk shows have a wide berth to discuss rumors and critique public figures. Some see that as a win for free speech, but others fear it could normalize invasive, speculative chatter in media. So, is Melania's $100 million lawsuit the end of Sunny Hostin's career? We don't know yet, but what's clear is that this legal battle will have lasting effects on daytime TV and beyond. If Melania prevails, it could embolden other public figures to fight back. If The View wins, talk show hosts may feel freer to speak their minds without fear of a costly lawsuit. Either way, we're witnessing a defining moment in the ongoing tension between public figures, media personalities, and the boundaries of free expression. What do you think? Should talk shows have free rein to riff on personal matters, or should there be a stricter code when discussing someone's private life? Does Melania's lawsuit defend her dignity, or is it a threat to open discussion on national platforms? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more updates as this lawsuit unfolds, because you know there will be more, hit that subscribe button. We'll keep an eye on every legal maneuver, every statement from Sunny, and every counter-argument from The View's defenders. Buckle up, because this battle is just getting started. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and we'll catch you next time with the latest development in this evolving legal showdown. Keep your eyes peeled for any new twists, and remember,